Hello, everyone. It's Samantha of Senses of the Soul here today in Cochrane, Alberta. It's January 1st, 2019, and I am now going to be doing my blogs via video. I normally do written blogs, but I am doing something a little bit different this year, shaking it up and challenging myself to get online a little bit more. So I wanted to do a year in review for 2019 for you, as well as talk about the January energies, which are really going to shake things up for us and get us moving along quickly into the new path, new directions on our life. So let me start with 2019, which I am calling the year of the solar plexus. And for those of you that don't know where the solar plexus is, it sits here below the breastbone. Okay, down here, and it's literally our core self. It's where we learn to engage in life. It's also where we have a bundle of nerve endings, and where we have our gut intuition and that sixth sense via the gut and the third eye. So it all joins in through there, and that is where we discern, where we really know what we need to do. It's an essential part of our body's nervous system, the solar plexus, which is also where the third chakra is. And it plays a large role in keeping our organs functioning smoothly and preparing the body to respond to stress, right, by making changes in metabolism. So it really causes changes within the body in response to stress and produces a fight or flight response. So for those of you that feel like you're widening in here, that's why the cortisol levels, when they go up through stress, and the response comes up through that solar plexus, and we widen a little bit. So know that that's why you may be feeling you're gaining weight, especially when we don't know what's going on for our future and we're feeling uncertainty and anxiety and we're feeling vulnerable. And this area tends to balloon a little bit and our digestion goes quite off because, again, it's a fight or flight and our digestion tends to shut down. So know that a third chakra and solar plexus provides us with a sense of personal empowerment, right? It's through quiet strength and inner will. It enables us to bend as needed in the face of adversity and challenge. It's where we literally learn to be more resilient. And that's what we're learning to be through this ascension process, as well as empowered and heart-centered and aware and conscious. But also we're needing to learn resiliency as human beings because we need a lot of changes to happen in our world for things to be more co-creative and to work together and respect each other and live through the heart and respect our earth, which needs our help desperately to shift how we think. We are guardians, right? We're not here to conquer and be in competition. So we're going to really learn through this area this year everything that happens to us. So know that your digestion will go off probably quite a bit, and I'll go into some of the physical issues that we're going to be facing this year in just a moment, all right? But to recap, that first, as many of you know, I work with chakras and archetypes. So that first chakra is where we have courage. We create courage and community and to be here with purpose. And then our second chakra is where our creative force is. And the third is our inner will, and our self-empowerment, self-worth goes in through here, okay? So we're learning that we create our life through the ascension process. And our head and heart can fight all it wants to through all of this, but in the end, our whole power center here, where the belly button is, and through that second and third is where we actually direct our life. And I talk a lot about that in my book, Opening the Senses of the Soul. So for those of you that are interested in particular or have my book, you can read in the third chakra a lot about what I am talking about here today, okay? So remember that. We create our life. And this year, the main archetypes that we are going to work with are the warrior and the spiritual warrior, okay, versus the servant or the drudge. It's where we leak our personal power, where we serve others more than we serve ourselves. You need a balance there, or vice versa, and where life feels like it's drudgery, right, versus engaging fully in life. And this year we're going to be challenged to have a courageous heart to fully engage in our life, whether we want to or not. And if you don't step into it, Spirit has a way of telling you that you're not, as many of you know, okay? So the psychophysical symptoms many of you will be experiencing this year, and they will, you know, they vary depending on the person. And many of you have been experiencing them already, are things like anxiety and depression, anger, lethargy, digestive issues, shoulder blade pain, you know, stiffness here, that's all related to digestion, bloating, burping, increase in addictive patterns, disturbed dreaming and sleep patterns, okay? dry red eyes, itchy dry skin, headache, body soreness, stiff joints, sinus issues, headache, hives, ringing in your ears. You know, there's pitches we're hearing as we're shifting in vibration and shifting in consciousness, as well as our sensory system is shifting. So there's a lot going on to our body. Try to keep your body as healthy as possible through all of this, because it has to upgrade as we upgrade as vibrational spiritual beings, right? So there's a lot that's happening to us. So 2019 is going to be a slow and steady rebirth. Unstable. We were deconstructing. Everything was temporary. You know, we felt more vulnerable. And 2018 again was about honing our shrewd inner wisdom through learning from our past and releasing, right? So now we are definitely going to find that there'll be more stability, more of that coming back into our lives. And it's time to hone and sniff our best opportunities out, okay? So, and learning to trust yourself and others again, because we had a lot of that go off in the last few years. Relationships were very rocky all over for all of us. And now it's time to start really reconstructing the relationships that have survived and building those, still letting go of some others, and knowing that you know, we are going to have to continue to be wise and use our intuition and our sensory system to really know where we need to go and flow with through the year. This year also will bring more fortune and luck for many people, but we have to still be very prudent with our finances and be resourceful, right? And while still honorable and compassionate. And so then we can attract the success that we want in whatever part of our life that we do want. That's sort of the magic in this year, okay? And as always through this whole ascension process, we have to continue to be responsible for our thoughts and our words and our actions, because they do create our reality very quickly. And as we go through January, those types of things are going to accelerate, and we are going to accelerate through the energies that are present. So we have a number of events that are going to really accelerate where we're going to land by mid-February. So I'm going to say that 2019 doesn't really start until mid-February. All right, we need to get through January and the shifts, the downloads we're going to receive, the decisions we're going to make, and how that's all going to accelerate us to a different place in our life and start to set the stage for a whole different level of our life. So January 3rd and 4th, we have a meteor shower that is peaking, and that always, with meteor showers, as I've always said, they bring in more illumination, right? We get hit with more energetic illumination, and we have more ahas, and we're able to make some more decisions moving forward and have more clarity, as always. In January 6th, we have a new moon in Capricorn, as well as a partial solar eclipse. So the divine masculine is coming online a little bit more there. And again, things will start to move forward in our life. It is a time we're still going to be clearing quite a bit up until that time and through that new moon. Many of you may be feeling it here, feeling fatigue. We have our subconscious here, the thymus, our immunity is getting hit a little bit, scratchy throat. You're going to be having a few things going on here as we continue to shift the vibration, shift the energies, and move forward along our new life that we're rebirthing, okay? And we have, as we come up into that full moon, which is on January 21st, and it's also a super moon in Leo, which is about power and the total lunar eclipse. So we are going to be having the feminine come much more into our life, more creative power to create our life. So it's important at that time to really take a moment and reflect on what you want as your priorities and what you want to continue to manifest. And I mean that more so in sort of values and what you want to surround yourself with, not specifics per se, because the universe kind of has its own agenda and things will fall into place as it needs to. But essentially, we have a lot of little threads out there right now, and you can be kind of tugging on them, but the universe is going to really put you in the place that you need to learn the most, where you will grow the most. And generally, that's the place that we're the most uncomfortable and we actually don't want to be. So that is how it works. Okay, so know that. It's not that you're being punished. It's that the universe wants you to grow the most, and we are going through a very accelerated period here that will start with the eclipses. And the effects of eclipses, you know, the energy that comes through them and the shifts that we make continue on long after the eclipse has occurred, right? Right through to the next eclipse, which will be towards we get into the summer. So I want to also let you know that as we get into February 15th, when we really start 2019, as that kicks into gear, that's also when we go from the 7th realm of learning, as I have channeled it, into the 8th realm of learning. And so for those of you that are really interested in and focusing on what we are learning as human beings and what collectively we're learning as we go through it, then know that the 7th realm, the 16 realms, the essences that I have on my website, they really help you understand where you're going and what you're learning. Okay, they're guideposts, and this is what I channeled a year and a half ago, and we have another year and a half, so we're almost to the 8th realm as we go through this very intense period of evolution for humanity. Okay, and all of that you can find on my website. I wanted to also point out that I have 2 warrior products that if you want to take a look at those to assist you through all of 2019 and also in January, then those are also available on my website and you can take a look at that. Okay, so that is my review for 2019, as well as what January is going to hold for us. January is a very in-between month, so know that. You're still going to have a foot in the old and a foot in the new, and you have to be okay with that and just discern as you go along. It's not going to be clear-cut this month, and some decisions and things are going to happen very quickly, and you just need to flow with it and just know that slow and steady wins the race. You know, you're going to get to where you need to. Just keep a bigger picture and don't get pulled into drama. Don't go down into negativity or fear, because there is a lot of fear out in this world, and we cannot hook into that. Otherwise, we cannot create our life in the best possible manner and in alignment with spirit. All right. So I look forward to journeying with you through the rest of this year, and I will have a video blog, as I said, each month. As well, for those of you that are really interested in delving more deeply into this journey with me and want to journey with other people, I have something called the Collective Soul Journey Box, and you can look at that on my website on the homepage. It's a monthly mystery box, a product, plus you're in an intimate Facebook group. It's a private group, and we talk a lot more about this, and I go into much more detail in my video blog that I do there. Okay, so I wish you all a wonderful, happy new year, and I look forward to, as I said, journeying with you.